didn't only make it possible, he made it a guarantee for those who would believe upon his Son. The guarantee is that God's righteousness, God's justice cannot be violated. God is a just judge. He's angry with the wicked every day. It is an abomination to the Lord to justify the wicked or condemn the just. God must execute a righteous judgment upon the criminal. And you are the criminal, guilty before God of breaking his commands. That is eternal damnation in hellfire. Jesus Christ, God the Son, became man to take on a body as a man, to live as a man, fully God, to fulfill all righteousness, to obey the laws of God in perfect obedience from birth to death, to lay down his life voluntarily as an eternal covenant between Father and Son, to take the death sentence for those who believe upon him, to take the death sentence of God's people and bear the weight of divine wrath that no creature can endure.
That's right.
That God, Jesus Christ, the Son, on the cross, when he was crucified, had to become the curses of disobedience. As you are under the curse of the law, Christ redeemed his people from the curse of the law, having become a curse for his people on the cross. And what does it mean, a curse? Forsaken of God. He damned, judged, condemned. And he had to be condemned not for his sin. Christ suffered once for sins. The just for the unjust to bring us to God. The innocent for the guilty. This is the substitutionary atoning death of Christ that made satisfaction to the justice of God. So therefore, God in his holy character, which he will not contradict, which he will not compromise, can now forgive a wicked sinner, a rebel like you or I, and impute a righteousness to you by faith in his Son, because of what Jesus done. The act of love, the unconditional love of God, the eternal love of God manifested, the eternal wrath of God manifested, the eternal justice of God, the holy justice of God manifested even now. The mercies of God manifested even now on the cross, and now as a result of the cross that Christ died and rose again. He conquered sin and death. His blood was shed in your heart, and you cry to him in your heart over your wickedness, over your idolatry, that you would go into a place and worship a sports team, anything, money, your job, over God. All your life you've been this way, folks. Let me ask you a question. You ever go down a one-way street driving your car and realize you were going the wrong way when you saw the oncoming traffic? Has it ever happened to you folks when you drive in your car and you make a wrong turn? Do you keep going that way to face a head-on collision with another vehicle? Or you look at the sign, wait a minute, I better turn around. Wait a minute, I'm going to get in a wreck. I gotta stop, I gotta make a U-turn now. And you scream in your car and you make that turn as quick as you can. Otherwise you'd be a fool. It would be total, utter folly to go that way when you realize it. Because it's showing you, it's right in your face. What's in your face today, folks? You've gone the wrong way all your life without Christ. And you're going to face a head-on collision with the wrath of a holy God of whom you've offended. And the only way to stop that wrath from coming down upon you to the fullest extent is that Christ, God the Son, stood in your stead to die and bear the wrath of God, so it can be satisfied and the love of God will be poured out in your heart when you receive him. And now, you make the right turn. You make the right turn. You turn to him.
Folks, America needs to wake up. Wake up, America. We are becoming a nation of idolatry, music, and entertainment. And homosexuals. Folks, you have to amend your ways and your doings. Do not be deceived.
Your only hope is Jesus. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him should not perish, but they will have everlasting life. For God did not send his Son into this world to condemn the world, but the world through him might be saved.
die your sins and burn in the lake of fire. Heed the word of God. Jesus said, "He that rejects me and does not receive my words has that which judged him. The word I have spoken will judge him on the last day." Folks, in the last days, may the day of the Lord will come to rule with both wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate and destroy its sinners servants. For the destruction of transgressors and of sinners shall be together, and those who forsake the Lord shall be consumed. Our God is the consuming fire that consumes. Amend your ways today. Humble yourselves under the mighty hand of God. Turn from your idols. You choose idols over the Lord. The wrath of God cometh upon thee. He hath Christ. He does not have the Son of God does not have life. He does not obey the Son of God shall not see light, but the wrath of God abides upon him. Repent and be converted that your sins may be blotted out, so the times of refreshing may come from the presence of the Lord. The Lord is near to those who call upon him in truth. Humble yourselves. God is far from the proud. Your pride is deceiving you, folks. Your comfort and your security. What will it take for God to wake you up? What will it take for God to turn you to him? Oh, dear friend, it'll take a miracle. An act of divine grace to resurrect you from the dead. An act of regeneration of the heart. And that happens by the grace of God through faith in the Lord Jesus. Oh, to make it your aim to please God. When Christ saves a sinner, you're not going to continue to live a life in a pattern of habitual sin. 1 John chapter 3 takes care of that problem. He says, "For this purpose the Son of God was manifested that he might destroy the works of the devil." Colossians chapter 2 takes care of that problem. He disarmed the principalities and powers and made a public spectacle of them, triumphing over them on the cross. So there isn't any religious deed that you do. There isn't any